welcome back, and this is my weekly reading wrap-up. I gotta say, this week has been a challenge. I'm sorry that this video is late. I'm gonna get into my wrap-up, but it has been a heck of a day. I had to take my mother-in-law for her COVID vaccine, and that took quite a long time to get through that line. And then I came back and I have filmed this video for y'all twice. The first time I tried to do it on my iPhone and it just wouldn't convert, and so we had to do it again. And then I filmed it on my regular camera and it was completely out of focus. So this is take number 3 for you guys. So hopefully it's gonna be good and we're gonna call it a day. And so hopefully I will get this up for you today. But on to my wrap up. So needless to say, I need it today, y'all. Shields of Winter. This is a story of Vasix and Ivy Jane. And Vasix is an assassin. He is a soldier. He is an arrow. And he's deadly. And he's all the things that you guys would think of in a deadly soldier. And he meets Ivy Jane. And Ivy Jane has had to rebuild her life after having gone through a psychic surgery to stifle her ability. So she's pretty broken and has difficulty with trust. But despite that, they find one another and she sets her sight on Vasix. Basically, she says he's stone cold, he's a killer, but I'm infatuated by him and he's mine. And regardless of that, I want him. And she basically goes after him. And you guys know that I love a broken hero. And so he's just as damaged. He is protective, and she believes that her love can help heal him, can help him to be a better version of himself. And so Ivy knows what she wants, and Ivy goes after him. And guess what? After the fall of the Signet, they come together, and it's amazing and it's beautiful, and she did a good job. So this is a 4 out of 5 star for me. Okay, so the next is Shards of Hope. And I love that the first time that she brings together 2 arrows, and it's Aiden Kai and Zarya's story. And now that the Signet has fallen and there is a new council, and the arrows have a seat at the table at the council, and so now the council is made up of the Psy, the humans, and the changelings, and they are all working together towards a coalition to make a better world. And the arrows, remember, were basically the assassins of the Psy, and so now the arrows are run by Aiden, and Aiden is deadly, but now this makes him a target because they don't want the arrows to have a seat at the table, but he does. And he falls in love with Zarya. And this is the first time that we see that there's a female character who is deadly. She's fierce. She's a badass. She's protective. She's all the things that you would think of in a Viking-like warrior, right? And this book is so full of romance. And Aiden is like, I know that you're broken, Zarya, but I am not going to give you up, and I'm going to hang in there with you and ensure that we are good together. And Zarya is like, I'm no good for you. I am broken. I am possessive. I'm not going to let you go. I'm afraid that I'm going to hurt somebody if I see something and I interpret that as they are interested in you. And Aiden's like, we'll be fine. Don't worry about it. And I think, so something happens where they're going on this mission. They're in the upper Sierra Nevadas. Their Jeep crashes and falls into a ravine. And they're saved basically by this changeling pact. And when they go into the pack, they're basically caring for them. And Zarya meets a cub that's in this pack, and her name is Jojo. And Jojo is so sweet and so loving and accepting that I think between her love and Aiden's love, the two of them basically soften Zarya's heart and help her come around to become what she is meant to be. Zarya was so damaged as a child and so harmed that she sees in Jojo the child whom she felt like she should have been, but was never given the chance. So it's redemption, it's second chances, it's all of that, and you'll love it as much as I do. So this is a 4 out of 5. So this is now the conclusion of season 1 of the Psy Changeling series. And so in all good conclusions, we get a wrap up. And this wrap up, I thought in Allegiance of Honor, they did such a good job in bringing all the characters that you love and that you want to see more of, and you want to see them grow and develop. And you get a chance to do that in this book. This is the story of Nikita and Anthony. Nikita, I love, gets to meet her granddaughter for the first time. You get to see Nikita interacting with Anthony, and you're going, Nikita, what's up? Something that the ice queen is having something going on with Anthony. I know it. I see, because every time there's a comm call, Anthony is right there, but they don't really explain it and nobody knows. So I hope that Anthony and Nikita get their own story. You get to hear about all the pup cubs, and it's the story of, you hear about Indigo, and you hear about Riley and Mercy's pregnant, and Mercy is a leopard, and Riley is a wolf, and so they call the babies pup cubs. And so you get to see all the kids growing up in the packs, and all the interdating that's going on between changelings and humans and Psy. And so it's just a really nice wrap up, and for me, this is a 5 out of 5 star for sure. Okay, so now we're into season 2. And this is the story of Valentin Nikolov, and he is the alpha of the Stonewater Bears, and his significant other, and I love it because he calls her Silver fucking Merkin, because she just is an ice queen. She is full of ice, and she is raised in silence, and she's completely silent in that she feels no emotion. But when Nikolov meets her, he's like, he knows. He's like, she's my mate, and I'm going to go after her, and I'm going to make her break her silence. And so I love it because the bears are exactly what you think bears are. Think of like Viking warriors that are like, Skull, Valhalla, and you know, and they're like vodka, and it's set in Moscow. And these characters, like when they go into the barmaid is like, surcharge, you break it, you buy it. Because the bears are party loving, fun going, easy going, loud, rambunctious. They're bears, right? And so imagine this like crisp shirt, white shirt, collared, pencil skirt, tight chignon bun in her hair, coming along with these high heels that he says she toddles on, you know, and everything is meticulous. And then you've got this bear, Nikolov, that has like long hair, and he's fun-loving, and he wants to sweep her off her feet. And guess what? That's what he does, and it's their story. But it's also the story of what would you do for the person that you love? If you knew that they were going to die, for example, and you wanted to save them, what would you do to save them? Would you rip out your heart and give it to them so that they could survive? And basically it's a story of survival and love and commitment, and it's all in here wrapped up in one. And so I absolutely love this story. 4 out of 5 stars for me. And last but not least, it brings me to Ocean's Light. Ask me what this story is about. I have no clue. Ask me why I should care about these characters. I have no clue. We were going along, coasting along, riding in the coast, sun in my face, wind in my hair, and then we got to this, and I went, what? So this is the story. Security Specialist Bowen Knight. Bowen is part of the human contingency. Bowen had something happen to him by a Psy, and as a result, he has no trust for the Psy. So remember that humans have very weak shields that shield their minds. Changeling and Psy have very strong shields that can protect their thoughts and innermost secrets. So imagine if you had a patent idea that was worth billions and billions of dollars, and somebody could go into your mind and basically rake through your mind and steal your idea and then leave you as a vegetable and take your idea and make millions. This is what the Psy have done. Not all Psy, of course, but some Psy have done this. Unscrupulous ones, of course. And so Bowen is like, you want to have this Trinity Accord? You want to bring the Psy into our homes? You want to bring these criminals and these miscreants and these psychopaths that have been known to do this into my world? Are you crazy? I'm not joining this. I'm not going to be a part of this. And so he is adamant and adamantly opposed to being a part of any coalition like this. And so there's an assassination attempt on his life. And so as a result, he has to undergo a surgery, and he finds himself at the bottom of the ocean with the siren changeling. And he's healing and trying to figure out how he can survive, because he was basically shot in the heart and he has to survive. And so you don't have any contact with any of the other characters you've come to know and love. You just are finding out about Bowen Knight and Kaya Luna. And it just feels like disconnected to me, and I'm halfway through and I'm still not feeling it. It's a 3 out of 5 star for me. I'm not into it, and so I have to slog through this so I can finish the last 2 books in the series and then move on to the next. So that is my wrap up. 3rd time's a charm. Let's hope I get it up today. So thank you so much for joining, and remember, I upload new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And I look forward to seeing you in my next video on Monday. And I think my Monday video is going to be a book haul. Don't tell anybody. I've been shopping a lot. I don't want my husband to know. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me. I look forward to seeing you in my next video. And thanks again.